Well, that's right. So Deadline have an exclusive. They've heard that Nicholas Hoult has been cast in the role of Lex Luthor. Straight off the bat, I really like this casting.
Well, this was rumored a while back, and yeah,
It
we
was.
talked about it on Toxic Femme, and the ladies were happy about it. They thought it was good casting because
So
he was
Nicholas
originally up for
Hoult,
Superman. Yeah,
yeah, he was. The thing about Nicholas Hoult, right? The name Nicholas Hoult doesn't really perk a lot of ears up, but when you see him, you go, "It's that guy." It's that guy because he's been in so much stuff, and he's always very good.
Yeah,
Very good. He's never just it was all right. He, as an actor, is always very good. He's a good actor. So I really like this casting straight off the bat. I'm into this as casting, and he also strikes me as just a pretty nice, normal dude in Hollywood, which is very rare in this day and age. My God. But I really like this. So let's take a look at the article. So exclusive, we hear that James Gunn has found his Lex Luthor and British actor. That's right. Nicholas Hoult. Several sources tell Deadline. A movie star was always eyed for this role after Gunn selected fresh-faced David Corenswet in the title role and Emmy winner Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. So that's interesting, isn't it? So he always wanted someone, they say a movie star. I wouldn't say Nicholas Hoult was a movie star. I would say that he's, not name
a really good character actor.
He's
I would say.
Good at it.
Yeah,
he's a good second lead.
I just think he's really good. But it is interesting how, it seems that they are. If you're looking at this from a casting perspective, it looks like they're well aware David Corenswet's a nobody. Like in terms of who's that? Huh? And they need someone in the trailer. I bet you Nicholas Hoult will feature quite heavily in the trailer, and it'll be that they're going to use to pull people in.
Well, I mean, if you want a quick visit on just how talented he is, just watch him in Renfield. He does
so good.
Yeah,
so good.
He's a very good job in there, and I mean, they need somebody who's going to carry it. I imagine, especially when I looked through the casting, they need somebody. He's going to be it. So.
Yeah, and it's because of Renfield that I thought, this guy should have played Batman in the Batman. And when this was coming up and they were talking about it, I suggested he would be a great pick for Lex because he's a lot bigger than I thought he was.
He's also really physical, which is
that's what I mean. Like, Renfield sold me on that because I didn't realize how big he was until I saw Renfield. Because like in every other movie he's in, even when he plays Beast, I mean, he's just surrounded by other tall people and big people to the point where he just looks normal. Like in Renfield, standing him up against normal other people, he looks, especially people like Aquafina and stuff like that. He looks imposing and big and broad shoulders, like 6 foot something he is. And that image right there of Lex Luthor, when I heard he was going to play it, that's the exact image I thought of.
It'll work.
Like he's that kind of suave, debonair Lex. He's not I bet you he's going to be the more cunning Lex, the kind of be more of a love triangle Lex than the classic Lex that we're used to. Kind of more like Lois and Clark Lex, I bet.
Well, yeah. I mean, I still think, they've done well most of the time when they pick a Lex Luthor. And again, I mean, you can always tell my tone about how I feel about anything when I do a stinger, because I didn't throw any shade at all.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. I just think this is. I really do think this is good casting. I think, I don't know anything about David Corenswet. I've not seen him act, but I've seen Nicholas Hoult act, and I think based on, I think he'll elevate it. I think he will. I mean, he elevates anything he's in.
Yeah.
So I think he will elevate this Superman movie.
Well, that's why I'm glad I don't know who Corenswet is too, because I wanted nobody or no name to play Superman.
Yeah, but that is actually a good. Yeah, I mean that's a good thing. I think he adds legitimacy to the film as well.
He does. Yeah, and again, if you look at the other casting announcements, I mean, he's probably the only person anybody would recognize upon seeing him.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You know, there's no one else in. I mean, who else have they cast that people will go, "Oh, I recognize him"? Like, no one.
Well,
Very
we
few
have
people.
actually a little list of casts. I don't know if you saw this or not.
We do. We do.
We have Corn
What-
Sweat, obviously. Rachel Brosnahan is
Hmm.
Lois
so
Lane. This is one we already knew.
Yeah, they'll recognize her, and she is very attractive, and she can pull off this smarmy New York, speech pattern and everything.
Evidently, we're getting.
She did a good job in Marvelous Miss Maisel. So if you're looking for her work, there it is.
Evidently, we're getting Miss Tessmacher back. We're getting Sarah Sampaio, I guess is how you say it. Skylar Gazondo, that's who's playing Jimmy Olsen. We just heard about that earlier. Nathan Fillion, we learned before, was playing Guy Gardner. Edie Gathegi is playing Michael Hoult and Mr. Terrific. Maria Gabriela Di Faria is the engineer. Isabella Marqued, I guess, as a Hot Girl, and Anthony Kerrigan as Metamorpho. There you go. That's the cast we got according to Screen Time. I don't know who half those people are, and I'm glad.
I was literally
most of them.
I was like, yeah, I only know one of them. Nicholas Hoult. Oh dear, dear. Well, anyway, are we excited about this? Yay or nay? What do we think?
I'm excited. I got reservations. I'm not so worried about Superman as I am everything else after it. The part that's bothering me about Superman right now is this constant piling on of new superheroes into the mix. It's like, I just want a fucking Superman movie.
Well,
yeah, no, I agree with that. I just mean more specifically just the casting. Like, do we like
overall so far the casting is great. Even Jimmy Olsen, it's a great choice there who they got. So yeah, no, so far I'm sold.
I look at this and I go, I'm on the same fence as Tom is. I can't get excited for this because you need to introduce Superman the character and not all these other side characters. You don't need other superheroes showing up in this. And I understand maybe that's they're trying for this particular direction for a reason in this story, but I mean, you don't need Guy Gardner. You don't need to start bringing in other superheroes. That's gonna just
Well, I was always worried about that when it was sort of started to be rumored and then confirmed. I was like, that's too much.
Yeah,
too much.
It is.
And as we've alluded to in the past, it sounds like it sounds like a proof of concept to sell. It's like we'll just get them all in to show people that we can do this, and then we'll just sell DC. So it sounds like.
You and I are the only two people believe that they would actually sell DC off. They'd actually separate it out, and I don't know why.
I don't see why not. I mean, the comic division doesn't make them any money. I don't see why they wouldn't. I mean, he's a businessman at the end of the day, so and it's not making them any money at this point. It's lost them money, so it's an asset that can be sold off to make money.
Yeah.
So I guess proof of concept could work two ways. They could, release the movie and be like, "Oh yeah, cool, it works, excellent. We'll keep going. It's made money." And no, we won't.
Maybe they could license it DC out.
Yeah. Yeah, true.